All right, so we're going to look at right here. Remember, we're finding the x-intercepts, the multiplicity, and state whether the graph crosses or bounds. And that's going to deal with the multiplicity. So we're going to first find the zeros by setting equal to 0. And then we got to factor this thing. Looks like there's a common factor of 3x. All right, so let me show that. So we got a common factor of 3x. So we get this part makes the x squared, that makes the x, and this would be minus 12. Now that's a trinomial where a is 1. That factors further, so I know it's going to be x and x because we're going to make that x squared with the x times the x. Now we're looking for two numbers that multiply to negative 12, but add to negative 1. So that's going to be what? Negative 4 and 3. If I multiply those, I get negative 12. If I add those, I get negative 1. Yep. So it's going to be minus 4 plus 3. I notice up front that all of these have a power of 1. I'll just write them there in blue. If there's no power on the x, whoops, write them there in red. If there's no power on the x, we think of it like 1. So these are all multiplicity of 1. So what x do I plug in to make this 0? That would be 0. What x do I plug in to make this 0? That would be 4. And what x do I plug in to make that 0? That would be negative 3. So we would have 0, 0, 4, 0, and negative 3, 0. And I'm going to write it one time because they're all multiplicity of 1. So those are the x-intercepts. And they have a multiplicity of 1. That's a 1. Therefore, they cross because there is a sign change in the y whenever the multiplicity is odd. Therefore, they cross the x-axis.